Hi there, folks. I just want to take a second to welcome you to our class, Ways of Looking at the Novel. I'm Joe Bauman, your instructor. If we haven't met before or gotten to work together, I'm looking forward to it. And I just wanted to take a second to tell you a little bit about what our course is going to cover, be about, its trajectory. So, we're going to be taking a look at, as the title implies, ways of looking at experiencing, understanding, and thus writing a novel. Our text is this book, Jane Smiley's 13 Ways of Looking at the Novel. If you don't know who Jane Smiley is, she's a well published novelist, 13, 14 books. She won the Pulitzer Prize a number of years ago. And in this book, as you'll learn in the introduction, she spent about a year reading 100 novels that spanned several hundreds, almost 1,000 years, and coming to a number of conclusions about them. Her book is not particularly scholarly in that there's not any sort of secondary research. She's not basing it in a whole bunch of like archival or historical research, but is coming to a number of conclusions, many of them, it's a big book, based on her lived experience as a reader and a writer. You are almost certainly not going to agree with everything that she has to say. I'm not expecting you to agree with everything she has to say. She's Jane Smiley, a human being. She's not God. She's not the God of novel writing. But I do think she has some really good observations to make and ways that we as writers working on our own projects can think about the work that we are doing. So in our course, we're going to spend some time reading chapters of her book, discussing some of her ideas, and then everybody in this class is going to get 2 pieces of writing workshopped. We're going to take a look at the opening of your novel, first chapter, 2,000 words or so, near the halfway point of our course. And then at the end of the course, you're going to get to choose any section beyond that that you would like to have us workshop, about 3,000 to 5,000 words. So if you haven't written anything in your novel yet, you're going to want to get to doing that because we are going to jump to that pretty quickly. But you will have a lot of freedom in that second workshop for what you want to get workshopped. So you might want to be thinking about that, especially if you have a substantial amount of writing done on a project. You don't have to necessarily write anything brand new in our course. So if you have a novel in progress that you've already got plenty of material for, that's fine. If you've gotten that material workshopped in a previous class, that's also fine. If you've gotten that material workshopped in a previous class with me, I would suggest that you revise it in some way just so that you don't get the same feedback over again. But this is a course that's really meant to help you kind of reshape some of your ways of thinking about novel length work, both from the perspective of reading and understanding it as a reader, reading and understanding it as a writer of it, and then, of course, taking on the task of writing it yourself. All right, so that's just a little glimpse of what our class is going to be about. If you look at the video below this one, you'll get some information about how to navigate our course and make sure you know where to go when you want to do things. All right, looking forward to working with you all.